Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to 5 Games in 5 Minutes from acornelectron.co.uk. Castle of Nightmares is a ladders and levels game. The idea is to collect 3 green keys which are scattered around every screen. You can also collect the apples if you want to. These are bonuses. 8 rockets on the extreme right of the screen conspire to thwart you in your attempt. Considerable skill is needed just to make sure that your path does not intersect with the rockets as they fire. You do get warning though, because it will flash several times before it goes off. This is a tough game. Screens need to be completed following a particular route, because the brick type sections disappear when you walk over them. You also have to be careful with ladders which don't quite meet the platforms above them. The game is a little bit too slow to be fun on the original machines, but it does get a new lease of life if you load it into a PC emulator, i.e. one with speed control. Speed it up to the desired rate, and you'll find that this is a very enjoyable game. GIMPO originally came from the pages of the A&B Computing magazine. The idea is, in a type of Pac-Man clone, you collect spores and wander around a maze. The area shown is about 1/16 of the total size of the maze. You have 3 lives in which you need to collect all of the spores and avoid the 2 marauding ghosts that patrol it. The game is done in machine code. Despite this, it's quite a dull kind of game. It's reasonably fast and there is some entertainment to be had if avoiding ghosts is your idea of entertainment. It also has a screen designer, which is something of a first for this type of game. The idea is that you load this screen designer and design mazes for your friends to complete. However, the game mechanics mean that these mazes are likely to be just as dull as the originals. The real problem with GIMPO is that it's not a patch on the original Pac-Man, and as such, it really won't hold your attention for very long. Walk the Plank. This is a bit of a deceptive title here. Walk the Plank is, essentially, Connect 4. The only real difference is that instead of placing counters in a rack, men are instead jumping from a plank. It was only a budget game, but still, the cover art does give the impression it's a swashbuckling pirate adventure, not a strategy game. You can choose to either play a 2-player game, or compete against the computer. Either way, you then select which of the 7 columns in which to lay your counter. Or is it a tombstone? Whatever it is, you're trying to create a winning stretch of 4 of them, horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. The game is reasonably fast, and there's not too much thinking time before the computer makes its move. The trouble is it's difficult to get excited about Connect 4, no matter how you dress it up. So whilst there's nothing really wrong with this title, it's unlikely to make it onto your top 10 favourite games. SPECTRAMANIA brings back the gameplay to the whole roll and paint the maze game. The action's frantic, the game's fun, and there's enough variety for that just one more go feel. You have to avoid all the other gliding things in the maze. Contact with any of these is fatal, unless, that is, you get hold of an Acorn user pill. This is named after the software company which published the game, and after you eat it, you can eat the nasties and send them back to their home base at the top of the screen. The game starts with a red maze and the instruction change to green. You then have to glide around the maze, visiting every location at least once. As you do, you paint that red part of the maze in a different colour. On the first few levels, 1 coat of paint is enough. That will turn it to green. On later levels, you'll find that the first coat turns it to a different colour, and you therefore have to visit each part of the maze more times for the final colour change required. Although this game looks basic, it's actually very playable, with no obvious flaws. I really recommend it. PLIG is a cute puzzle game. You are the central character, PLIG, and you need to collect fruits, pineapples, apples, cherries, or whatever, which are different on every level. There are no bad guys to avoid, and indeed, the game looks at first sight to be extremely easy. The twist is that once you start moving, you cannot stop until you hit something solid. You therefore need to try and plan out your moves in advance so you can collect all the pieces of fruit without getting yourself stuck in a location where you end up moving in a square from which you cannot escape. Beware of illusions too. Some screens deliberately set you a time limit whereby collecting all the items would be impossible. Some of the items are illusions. You need to work out which are genuine, then attempt the level again. Each screen has a time limit, and every time you complete a screen you're given a password. After one run through, you can therefore quickly play through every level without needing to play all the preceding ones again. The graphics and screen layouts don't get more gorgeous. PLIG is also the type of game that very young children will probably enjoy as much as adults. I like it, I'm sure you will too.